Hey, I put some stuff out today, and you just have to take it basically for face value at this time. It will come out. It will come out. I suppose a lot of people are wondering, where did I get my information? Well, one of the people I get my information from, I can totally disclose his name. He's former Lieutenant Colonel Roy Potter. I've known him for like 50 years. We basically were pretty much neighbors at one time there in Salt Lake Valley. And if you want to follow him, just go to X and go to YouTube. And, you know, he's always got a lot of good stuff, but he doesn't share a lot of his stuff with everybody. Okay, he trusts me. We've been together, like I said, for 50 years, but we've been together. And for example, the Bundy Ranch standoff, he did a lot there, just to give you an idea. Okay, and the former Colonel Roy Potter, at one time, had top security clearance with the U.S. Army. He was also in Desert Storm 1, where he got seriously injured and had to get out of the military. He's a former police officer. And he has sources that are incredible to this day, okay? Now, we're all getting quite a bit older. His sources are getting quite a bit older. And some of my other sources are getting really old, too. Two of my sources are former FBI. Okay, I've kept this secret for a long time because of a lot of flack that I went through. People spreading bullshit lies about me. Okay. And I've kept this pretty quiet. It can be documented, I guess, if you get a hold of Stuart Rhodes, his, what would you call him? He did all of Stuart Rhodes' videos, podcasts, stuff like that. I can't remember his name. But we were in communication, and I told him the piece of information that I got. This will blow your mind. But 2 days before Justice Scalia was killed, I was told there was going to be a high-profile assassination. And I told that to Stuart Rhodes, publicity man, I guess is what he is. And if you want verification, get a hold of Stuart Rhodes and ask him. He was out there at the Maui Refuge quite a bit with us doing interviews. This gentleman, God, I wish I could remember his name. But anyhow, we got in a conversation, and I disclosed that information that there's going to be a high-profile assassination. 2 days later, Justice Scalia was killed. He called me back, wanted to know how I know. Well, you've heard of chatter. You know, there was a lot of chatter going on. And a lot of the FBI agents are good people, at least then. A lot of them really were, okay? I met these guys in the mission field. I'm a returned missionary for the Mormon Church. As you know, the Mormon Church and the Mormons are heavily recorded. I missed this. What's the word I'm looking for? Man, I tell you, I'm getting old. I make so many mistakes. But FBI is always out there. Brigham Young used to be trying to recruit missionaries for the FBI. And two of the ones that was in my mission field, they knew about me. You know, I led the entire mission for 2 years in baptisms, okay? And very well known in the mission field. I wrote weekly reports of our success in the mission field, so they knew about me. And those are the ones that I'm now they are retired now though, but they still have lots of their sources, okay? And so we communicate. Not like a lot of people think we communicate. We're very, very careful. They're very careful. And I got to be careful for them. That's why my sources and methods, I don't disclose. But there's a lot of stuff that's starting to come out now. And honestly, I try to share because I look at that as my responsibility. As one on the watchtower, yeah, that's, they get on the watchtower and they used to blow the trump of God when they see the enemy coming. Okay, that's in Ezekiel. And that's what I do. And, at one time I was told I was on a death list. And I'm not sure if it's the same death. It's not the same death list that's coming out now. This one's a lot different. But I was number 25 on a death list. And I was told that by a defense attorney, and I'm not even going to give you his name. But I was to number 25, which pissed me off. I said I should have been in top 10, right? So, do I make mistakes? Let me think here. I'm sure I do occasionally. I'm sure I do. But that's the way it is. And I'm going to be coming out more and more open. I'm not really concerned about my life anymore. Just to let you know, doctors give me about 2 years, maybe 3 years. I have a rare disease called giant cell arteritis, and I've been going down pretty fast. So am I worried about No, I'm not worried. I don't care. I could care less. Nobody lives forever, right? You just got to make your mark while you're here. So I consider it a real opportunity and a real privilege. Okay, over and out.